one last place to look. Straight ahead.
Almadria.
There she is! Almadria!
But all alone? Watch yourselves. She's probably planning something.
I was getting rather tired of waiting around. Oh my, and I see you came along as well, Danon Witch.
Almadria.
What's this? I thought you couldn't stand the sight of me. Go on, little one. Show me the full force of that hatred of yours. Otherwise, run and hide like a rat you are.
That's enough! How can you smile while causing pain to so many others?
That is the way of those who possess great power. The very way we Renans live by. Those with power set the example, and those without it are forced to obey. Though you two seem to have forgotten that's the way these things work.
And you really think that justifies your actions? You turned all those people into a hollowed sea!
What foolishness. It's only natural that the fate of a slave differ from that of its owner. Very well, I admit I did fan the flames just a tad back in Mies. But it wouldn't have mattered in the slightest if there hadn't been a spark to ignite. Without it, my actions would have been fruitless. Ultimately, it was their very own burning hatred that laid them to waste. To say it was all my fault is simply laying blame at the wrong feet.
No one's perfect. We all have darkness in our hearts. But the atrocities that you've committed, they're unthinkable! Your heart is nothing but darkness!
What a fool! To think time and time again you would challenge Renan authority without so much as an inkling of how things actually work. Such ignorance is why your kind has been enslaved for 300 years.
Almadria.
Well, if it isn't Lord Dohalim.
These people are my allies and friends. I won't let you insult them so.
My, what a shock. I never would have expected you to claim mere slaves as your companions. If I didn't know any better, I would question your noble lineage. Oh, how far the mighty have fallen. A traitor such as yourself hardly deserves to be called a lord.
You are nothing compared to Dohalim.
Rinwell.
He would never stand by and laugh. His people hollowed!
Ha! What does it matter? You're descended from those who allowed the power and knowledge entrusted to them to wither away. Your pitiful family may have feared it, but I do not. That knowledge and power is all mine to command. And now, you will witness what that power's truly capable of! Nesmold! Enjoy your meal! Such sad Nice child. Let me reunite you with your parents.
Shut up! I'm gonna take you down if it's the very last thing I do!
That's right. Loathe me. Every step brings you closer to being me!
You're wrong! You're wrong! I'm nothing like you!
Burn in hell!
Tiger Blade!
Destruction!
Metal Raging Cascade! Photon Blast! Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Rising Falcon!
Lunar corruption!
Be
Lightning
still!
orb!
I'm not done!
Lightning condemn! That's it! Thunder Tiger Blade!
appreciate the help.
Glacial Fire!
No! I'll bring you back from death to death!
It's on! Swallow blade!
Resuscitation!
Know your place. Here.
Rising Wyvern! Soda!
Stay away!
Blue escape! Not today!
Glacial Fire!
I'll be saving this one!
This one
I'll heal you all!
This one's
Soda!
Healing circle!
Thanks, Shion.
Take this!
Safe now!
Blue escape!
Where are you going?
Glacial Fire! Tiger Blade! Slot!
Shield! Here's a healing art!
Rising Wyvern!
Dance in the wind!
Glacial Fire!
Here's the evil!
You're mine! Rising Wyvern!
Dance in the wind! Here I go!
Rising Wyvern!
This one's mine!
Soda!
I'll smash you!
This one's all mine! Here I come!
You won't get away with that!
Rising Wyvern! Ignite!
Glacial Fire!
You're mine!
Tiger Blade!
Rising Wyvern! Soda!
Reload! Lightning indeed!
Labarna!
Lunar corruption! It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! Hear me, flame of fury!
Rising Wyvern!
Burning astral energy!
What's she doing now?
She's infusing her beast with more power.
Get ready!
This one's mine!
Here's a healing art! Not on my watch!
Here I come! Rising Wyvern!
Hear me!
Soda!
Glacial fire! It's in the
Tiger
sky!
Blade!
Here I come! I'm not
I
done!
never miss!
It's over! It's on!
Great
done!
Foolishness.
Rising
Tiger
Wyvern!
Blade!
Rising Wyvern!
Will this help?
Rising Wyvern!
Wind astral energy!
Soda!
This one's mine!
Thanks!
This one's mine!
Rising Wyvern!
Going in.
Not today!
Bleeding with hatred.
Rising Phoenix! Take this! Rising Wyvern!
Stay away!
Here's a healing art!
Some fun.
Flaming Meteor!
Take this!
Barna!
In a bind?
Radiant shine! Razor cycle! Radiant blood!
Try harder! My turn! Here I come!
Down! You're up!
Rising Wyvern! This one's all mine! Soda!
Shield and face!
Will this help?
Rising Wyvern!
How about
Burn!
Some fun.
Healing circle!
This one's mine!
Where are you going?
This one's mine! Their arts were interrupted! Come on!
By the power you have to hold on! Can't this down! Flame of fury! Strike!
This should do
Here's
it!
a healing art! Shining
You're mine!
Right!
You're mine!
Here!
This one's mine!
Here,
This
let me
one's
help!
mine!
Lightning orb! Hear me! Flame of fury! Get toasty!
Bird strike! Hot blade! New armor! Take this!
Look sharp! Wind astral energy! More
blade.
from
Try this!
Wind astral energy!
They're attacking separately!
I can't land a hit on her!
Keep an eye on her, and take out the monster first!
She's no stranger to astral arts.
I can take care of that!
Yeah! Take it away!
Is this it? I owe you!
Magic
Right!
Art steel! Spread!
You will suffer!
Dance in the
Anything in armor is all mine!
You're mine!
Here I go!
Take this!
Behold my true power.
Bad.
Wits about you, people!
Light astral energy! Raging cascade!
Destruction!
Round one!
Armor won't save you!
Can't can't get out of this!
I'll never forgive you!
What?
I'll take you down! You don't scare me!
Go for it, Rinwell!
Hit her!
It's full time! Burn it hell!
Here's a healing ray!
You're mine! Thanks! Slash! Destruction! Crush! Destruction!
Radiant Warrior! Light Astral! Raging Cascade! In here! Magic is there! I'm out of seal! More for the stockpile! Tidal wave!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Here's evil! Just what the doctor ordered!
Right!
Now or never.
An outstanding Mega Ray! By the power of water!
Just what the doctor ordered!
Glacial I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Cover the pastures! Here stands in the wind! Air thrust!
Here,
Healing
let me
circle!
help!
Thank you! Gotcha!
Take this!
Radiant Cascade!
I owe you one!
Front! Raging Cascade!
Glacial
Raging Cascade!
Sweep run!
Here's a healing arc! Blah 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 magic! I'll heal you all! Blah 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 magic! Sweet now!
Stay away from my friends!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
The waters of magic is there! Tidal wave!
Going in! I'm out! One more!
Raging Cascade! Sleep now! Back into the... Pathetic! Blah 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 magic!
Ready to go!
Blah 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 magic! In here! Take care! Pluto!
You'll pay for that!
Blah 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 magic!
Ignite!
Freeze Lancer! Raging!
In a bind?
Thank Here goes!
Behold my true power!
Raging Master Core! Not while I'm around, she isn't! Sleep now!
Far enough! This one's mine!
The blah blah blah! Tidal wave! Raging Cascade!
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall before impending calamity! Chaotic disaster!
Raging Cascade!
So that's the trick up her sleeve.
Your astral arms aren't so special. And now... They're mine! Run! Raging Cascade! Run! Raging... Cascade! Just what the doctor ordered.
Shattering the... Pieces! Attack time!
Raging Cascade! Hear me! Here goes! Burning Glacial Spear!
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall before impending calamity! Chaotic disaster!
Try this!
I'll heal you all! Raging Cascade!
Can't get here!
Not on my watch! I'll bring you back and get to this!
Behold my true power!
Eruption!
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall before impending calamity! Chaotic disaster!
Out of this! I'll smash you!
Will this I'll end you! Astral energy!
Say no more.
You murdered my mother and father. But I'm not like you.
Rinwell.
Even now, I hate you. But here I am, unable to let go. Honestly, even if I took my hatred out on you here and now, it wouldn't make me feel any better in the long run. I realize that now. So, I won't kill you. I'll take you in and make damn sure justice is served the right way.
You would dare mock me with your foolish, useless pity? A Danon, nothing more than a mere slave. I won't allow you to...
It's not about what you think. Or being Danon or Renan. Because you'll atone for the crimes you committed. And that's all.
It's that swordsman again.
Oh, Lord Volron, what brings you here? No, forgive me. I've forgotten myself. Please allow me to make it up to you, my lord.
Silence now, wretched snake. Does it hurt? It should. That pain is proof you're still alive. Enjoy it.
Volron. Years ago, the Lord of Ganeth Haros met a sudden death. His successor was a man by that very name, Volron.
And like a restless lover, I've come back for more. Stop right there! Think you can cut me down? What? Sion! Sion! Come and find me, if you truly are the Sovereign. After all this time, I'll be free from this hell. I can finally go home. I doubt I'll ever see this place again. Might as well walk the block once more for old time's sake. As usual, nobody wants to explain anything to me. They just threaten and harass me instead. What does everyone think I am? Some sort of talking pet? They're the ones that dragged me all the way up here in the first place. Bastards. I shouldn't have bothered coming out. Might as well head back to my room. just wanted to go back. To Dana. To my home.
Alphen.
Niori.
Alphen. Live for me.
No. Niori. No! Wait, please. Wait, What was that? That... How long ago was that? That's right. Shion. Oh, right. That's what pain felt like. So much for it all being a bad dream. Where am I? Where is everyone? I need to find them. Better start looking. Niori. Shion. Damn it. This one's all mine. You picked the wrong fight. Rising Wyvern! Here I come! Move it! Here I come! Now! Rising Wyvern! Stardust! Slash! Crush! Destruction! Crush! Here I come! No escape! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Is this it? It's on! Eat dirt! Take this! No, it's... Take this! I'm not done! Crush! Sonic Thrust! Rising Wyvern! Take this! It's over! Rising Falcon! Take this! No escape! Rising Wyvern! Here I come! No escape! No escape! Slash! Swallow Blade! Slash! Swallow Blade! Slash! Sonic Thrust! Pierce through! Sonic Thrust! Pierce through! Crush! Sonic Thrust! It's on! You picked the wrong fight! Slash! Here I come! No escape! Rising Wyvern! It's over! Rising Falcon! Stardust! Mirage! Take this! No escape! Swallow Blade! Destruction! Crush! Crush! Destruction! Crush! Destruction! Try harder! Here I come! I'm not done! Destruction! Crush! Take this! No escape! You're mine! It's on! Eat dirt!
Alvin?
Finwell!
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistleim. Kisara and La are already there.
Finwell, where are we?
Ganeth Haros, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
also senses an owl around here.
No choice. Here I come!
Not on my watch!
Catapult! Ha! You're finished! Rising Wyvern!
If it's hot, just back it out again.
Rising Falcon!
It's in the wind.
You're mine! Strike!
Saving this one.
You're mine! Catapult!
My natural energy.
Rising Wyvern!
Lightning condense.
No escape! Rising Falcon! Rising
Now.
Wyvern! Totally! In an instant! Impact block! Not a chance!
Dance in the wind.
You're mine!
Air thrust. Photon
Here I come!
Air thrust.
Benediction.
You're mine!
Arch seal.
Rising Wyvern!
I'm ready for the next battle. Speaking of Thistleum, it's populated by Danans, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh? The whole town was built by Danan defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area's teeming with stray Zoogles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now, trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah.
And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Probably.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation and simply keep an eye on him.
Right. Hmm? You're saying we should check the owl forest?
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah, and now we can finally go rescue Shion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegus.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dana. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Danon?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almadria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegis is true, then maybe you really did meet Xion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Xion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Xion I knew from Lenegis. It was Naori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Xion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Imeris? As in Xion Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Kisara.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shion's rescue? What do the others think?
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Danon, do you bear the same crest as the current Renin sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Danon for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I'd never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renin, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renin. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kind of my forte.
Come on, man, snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Shion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or two ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Shion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Shion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Shion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going. What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Shion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegis, anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, It was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting, to strive no matter what.
Then I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh? Back to the inn, I guess.
Alphen! There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alphen, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Look sharp, people. If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
Remember, if the pain's too much,
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! We can't let even a single one through!
There's a firm no-Zeugle policy.
Fine by me. Let's get to work then.
You picked the wrong fight.
Bet that gel's hiding something big.
It's almost too strong.
Now split it open!
Be my guest. Not again.
The enemy wields arcs too.
we'll soon see about that.
Rising Wyvern.
Not done! We're on a wall now!
Rising Falcon. Try harder.
No, we can't! Strike! I'm on it! Slack! Swallow blade!
Take it through.
Oh!
Too fast.
Now I'm real mad!
I'll trip it up.
Sonic thrust. Rising Wyvern. Here like this one, Holmes.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Flaming meteor!
You're mine.
Do it! Don't leave! Hey! Blow them away!
Going in!
Shield that's enough!
Dolphin, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, Thistleum kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me, and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Volron and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Yeah. Can't exactly fight at the top of your game when you're hungry.
Good point. Let's stop by the inn and plan our next move from there. By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait. Don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but...
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find Mahavar. He's still missing.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean? Damn it.
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Do you think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened. Whether he's alive or otherwise, we've exhausted all the avenues available to us. All we can do now is press on ahead.
Fine. Let's get going. Thistleum was founded by Danan's fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords, right? But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
They almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even the weird Danans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to trust us?
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zeugles for them. That seemed to do the trick.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. It turns out a hearty meal can be a powerful weapon. Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Shion?
Of course not. Shion's our friend. Almadria was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renin. But ever since getting to know Shion, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that. Every individual is different.
I see.
Besides, the situation with Almadria was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when I saw her die right in front of me, a part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so confusing. I don't know how to make sense of any of it.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held all your life. It's only natural for you to feel disoriented. You didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almadria. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant, whether you realize it or not. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea. I'm still searching too, remember?
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, thanks, Kisara. Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
That food there looks pretty tasty.
Yep, we can fix that new recipe with it.
I eagerly await the final result.
Have you... You guys... check... your equipment lately? This is great. The taste of...
This came out so good. And who made you the food police?
No one. I'm just saying that's a lot of ice cream. Don't you ever, throw up or anything?
Did you really just say that? Try thinking before you talk.
Huh? What do you mean? All I'm saying is I'm just a little worried about you, okay?
Well, don't be. I can have ice cream whenever I want.
You say that, but you know what's gonna happen if you keep eating ice cream all the time.
It's none of your business what I eat or how often.
Arguing over the consumption of a frozen dairy product. Ah, to be young.
Naive might be more accurate. This looks perfect. This looks perfect. Looks perfect and tastes...
sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Hey, if we find anyone who needs help here,
I know. We'll make sure to ask what's wrong.
You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
okay.
Why?
Damn it.
What?
Is that so?
Okay.
Great job.
I'll teach these small fry who's the... apex predator of these waters? Just watch and see.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
I guess we're having fish for dinner tonight. It feels like I'm melting.
Calaglia was pretty hot, but at least the air there was dry. Out here, it feels like I'm trying to walk through thick soup.
I can hardly breathe, it's so stuffy. And don't get me started on the insects. You hanging in there, Hoodle?
It's brutal, all right. I can feel my energy being drained away just by walking. All this vegetation makes it hard to keep an eye out. Keep your wits about you, everyone. And watch you don't keel over while you're at it.
What's needed at times like these is a relaxing hot spring. That would soon help us adjust.
And where do you expect us to find one of those?
What about you, Alphen? All that gear, and you hardly seem to be breaking a sweat.
Yeah, I guess when you've lived a life devoid of pain for as long as I have, even feeling hot and bothered can be a welcome change.
Well, lucky you, I guess. Just don't expect us to carry you when you pass out. Hi, Hoodle!
Take this!
Going in!
Rising Wyvern! Take this!
Raging Cascade!
Eat dirt!
This one's mine. I'll take out the legs with my shield. Here's the
Demon Fang!
More for the stockpile!
Destruction!
Hope this works!
Tectonic punch!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
just as well. I'm here to stop.
Stardust!
Tiger Blade!
Rising Falcon! It's over!
Raging Storm!
Strike! Rising Wyvern! Here I come! No escape!
Make it
Rising
rain!
Fall! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Lightning
Now!
Command!
No escape! Swallow Blade!
Look sharp!
Do it! Demon Fang! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Don't get careless. Where should I cast my line? Ha! I've got something. That wasn't much of a challenge.
Nice! You caught it! There's the Zoogle we were asked to handle.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
You picked the wrong fight!
Swallow blade!
Rising Wyvern!
Slow flight!
Mirage! Take it!
Are those arms even natural? Tiger blade! Raging cascade!
On guard!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And funneling to me!
Tiger
Demon
blade!
Fang!
Resonate with the Take this!
Switch to on!
Take this!
Resonate with the
Now you've gone and ticked me off!
Plasmite!
Sonic Thrust! Demon Fang! Destruction! Sonic Thrust! Destruction! Pierce through!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare to Malisa! Against my full power, you didn't stand a chance.
Man, this place is thick with foliage.
I know. It feels like we're going to be swallowed up by all these plants if we stay in here.
Indeed. I much prefer the forests in Menancia myself.
I'll do my best!
You're mine!
Resonate with the earth!
It's on!
Switch to offense! I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara.
Slash!
If they rush you, you gotta jump for cover,
Rising
okay?
Wyvern!
Dance in the wind!
Begin! Strike! Demon Fang!
I'll be saving
It's over!
this one.
Here I come! Swallow Blade!
Supernova!
Sonic Thrust! Demon Fang! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern!
This one's mine!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
Can you take it?
My turn! I'm not done! Rising Wyvern!
I'm ready!
Rising Falcon! It's time! You picked the wrong fight!
Being interrupted. Can you take it?
Armor won't
Save you!
Here I come!
Benediction light.
Dance in the wind!
Through! Demon Fang!
Hairs is freezing.
Destruction!
I'm ready!
Lock! Demons descend!
Flashing Fang!
I feel the power flowing through me.
You'll be able to help even more people now.
Yeah, I guess I will.
Ho ho ho! Ho ho ho!
You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
There it is. That's our target.
Coming through! Take this!
In a bind?
It's over!
Here
Slash! Sonic Thrust!
Sleep now.
Sonic Thrust!
Simian
Swallow Blade!
I shall seal you where you stand.
Rising Wyvern! I'm not done! Heal! Mirage! Damn it! Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Raging cascade!
Heal!
Sleep now.
Now I come!
I'll be saving this one.
Time to shine!
Resonate with the earth.
Attack time! Next shot. More with that.
You're mine! No escape!
Make it rain!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block! This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Okay.
Okay. Yes!
What?
Really? Dohalim. Dohalim, I'm going to look into some seasonal fishing spots.
By all means.
Leave the preparations to me as well. I'll bring the rods. Would you prefer your fish served grilled or raw?
I'll, trust your judgment, Kisara.
Gotta break through!
This one's mine!
Carve through on it!
Jumped up! Here I come!
Benediction light.
Aw, too
Sonic
bad.
thrust! Demon fang!
Here, let me help.
Destruction! Rising wyvern!
This one's mine! Tiger blade!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And the pummeling to me!
Take it!
Light.
I'm not done! Sonic thrust! Demon fang! Crush! Rising wyvern! Soda!
I'm ready!
You're mine!
Frozen?
Hammer!
Now! You're mine! This one's all mine! Mirage!
Begin!
Sonic thrust!
Meteor! Sleep now.
Take it! No escape!
the stockpile.
Looks like we got them all.
Little help.
Ready and ready!
Eat dirt!
Going in!
Here I
Take
come!
this!
Can you take it?
Tiger blade!
Rising wyvern!
Elusive deity!
I'm gone!
Mirage!
Thank you!
I'm gone!
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Hurricane thrust! You're mine!
This one's mine!
Slash! Pierce through! Demon
Tiger
fang!
blade!
I'm not! Not so fast!
Elusive
Make
deity!
it rain! Don't get careless. Out of my way!
Now you see what I can do!
Piercing roar! I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara.
Slash! Swallow blade! Pierce through! Slash! This one's all mine! Demon fang! Destruction!
This one's
Sonic
mine!
thrust! Demon fang!
Tiger blade!
Destruction! Heal! Swallow blade! Pierce through!
This one's mine!
Struck! Swallow blade! It's too much! Soda! Rising falcon!
I'll be saving this one.
Here I come! I'm not done! Try
Now
harder!
you've gone and ticked me off!
My turn!
More where that came from.
No escape! Slash! Pierce through!
Make it rain!
Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade! Not a chance! I'm not done!
I don't have much left. I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisa!
Pierce through!
Glacial fire!
I wonder if we can make new weapons with this.
Eat dirt! Here I come! Swallow blade! Slash!
This one's mine!
You're mine! No escape!
Used too much. A debut performance.
Just what I needed. Tempest Whoa!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me!
Got it! I'll leave it to you! Slash!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisa!
Now! Totally! In an instant! Impact block! Take this! This is Soda!
More for the stockpile.
You're mine! Elusive deity!
Thunder field.
Hitting pile driver! Swallow blade!
More with that
it rain!
Tornado drive!
Thunder blade.
Healing arts take their toll on the user, you know.
Ah, right.
That's far enough!
Take this!
Going in!
Confiscated.
Take this! No escape! Be careful, everyone. This one isn't normal. Demon Tank!
Lightning raging cascade.
Destruction! Slash! Pierce through!
In here.
You picked the wrong fight!
More
I'm ready!
stockpile.
Swallow
Blah, blah,
blade!
blah, blah.
Elusive deity! Take this!
Crossblade.
Pierce through! Demon Tank! Destruction! Heal! Soda!
being interrupted.
I'm gone!
No further!
Tiger Blade!
I'm not done! Heal! Time to let it rip! No escape! Pierce through! Sonic thrust!
This one's
Pierce
mine!
through! It's on! Sonic thrust! Pierce through! Sonic thrust! Pierce through!
Now.
Totally! In an instant! Impact block! Not a chance!
Resonate with the
No
arc.
escape!
Stalagmite.
Rising Falcon!
field.
Pierce through! Sonic thrust! Pierce
Going in.
through! Demon Tank!
Does it hurt?
Pierce through!
In here.
Thrust! Pierce through!
Saving
Dazzle! Rising
Here
Falcon! Now! I can feel my power growing!
Out of my way!
Here I come! Eat dirt!
This one's
Hitting pile driver!
Here's
Let me see what I can do.
Benediction
You're mine!
time to
Try harder! Not a chance! No escape!
How about
Win.
You're mine!
More stockpile.
Take this! No escape! Rising Wyvern! Rising Falcon! Swallow blade!
benediction. I couldn't make it in time.
Allow me to help you. Tunnel. Raging cascade.
Too much.
Light up the door.
Being interrupted.
I'm not done! Here I come! Pierce through! Swallow blade!
Shattering the pieces. Attack time.
You're mine! I'm not... You're mine! Sonic thrust!
see what I can
Hold
do!
nothing back! Swallow blade! Slash! Sonic thrust! Sonic thrust! Demon fang!
I'm on!
Demon fang!
Rip and tear! Do it!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Does anyone else think this may be just a bit too tough for us?
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Let's see. I've cooked, cleaned.
Hey, that...
Rinwell, mind if we chat a little?
You're still awake?
I've always been something of a night owl. Ever since back when I was someone's property. Turning in for the night only made the next day come quicker. I wasn't in any great rush.
Sorry.
What about yourself? Care to share something from before I knew you? You were part of a mage clan, right? Must have been handy being able to rely on magic for everything.
Hardly. In fact, not at all. Magic's not so special when you're not allowed to use it. Always scared of who might be watching?
Right. Sorry about that. I guess I've read too many fairy tales.
We were still made to study it every day. It doesn't make any sense if you think about it, studying the very thing you're being persecuted for. But that's what we did, just like our parents and their parents before them. Honestly, I don't even know how far back it goes.
If memory serves, mages have been the stuff of legend for ages. Even as far back as 3 centuries ago, they were myths. Your people were persecuted even before the Renans got here.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the less it makes sense though. I mean, it was astral arts that let the Renans dominate Dana, right? Why didn't mages end up being the rulers of Dana then?
Maybe they tried, but they just didn't have the numbers. Or maybe domination just wasn't something they were interested in. Have you ever considered it might have been something like that?
I guess I haven't.
I wonder why magic alone attracted the attention it did. Swords can be just as lethal in the right hands. Why not ban them?
My best guess? Swordsmanship can be learned by anyone. Magic's more of an exclusive club.
So, you either have the gift or you don't. When something's not easily obtainable, it's hard to comprehend. People are scared of what they don't understand. And fear leads to persecution. So the problem's not magic. It could just as easily have been anything.
Yeah. Night, everyone! Another day, another Gald.
Resonate with the earth!
In here! More for the stockpile!
Stardust!
Lightning orb! More with that kick! Dance in the wind! Sealed! Arc sealed! In here!
Not today!
I'll be saving this one!
Take this!
Air thrust!
Illusionity!
Hit!
This one's
Close one! Gotcha!
Leave the charges to me!
Hit!
Demon Fang!
Here goes! Close one! Gotcha!
Double Demon Fang!
Here goes! Dance in the wind!
Demon Fang!
In
Double
here!
Demon Fang! Destruction!
Magic is there! Sealed!
Double Demon Fang!
More for the stockpile!
Do it!
On guard!
Not today!
Magic is there! Cyclone!
Take this!
Air thrust!
Down! You're on!
Blow away!
Elusive deity!
Raging cascade! Sealed!
Make it rain!
More for the stockpile! Magic is there!
Take this!
Sleep now! More for the stockpile! Tidal wave!
Don't get careless.
Hi, Hoodle!
Resonate with the... Now you see what I can do!
Dance in the wind! Sleep now!
Double Demon Fang! Rollerblade!
I can't get out of this!
Raging cascade!
Benediction light.
Sealed!
Heal!
I'll be saving this one! Fires of passion coursing this blade! Sure fit! Going in!
Benediction light.
Run astral energy! More where that came from!
Another incantation ruined.
Lightning condemned!
Benediction light.
Demon Fang!
Their arts were interrupted.
Glacial fire! Rotating fire! Shattering the
Doubly! In an instant! Impact block!
I'll face you. Behold! The earth pulse! Tectonic fission!
Lightning condemned! Sleep now! I'll be saving this one!
Double Demon Fang!
Resonate with the earth!
Hit! More where that came from!
On guard!
Lightning condemned! Sealed!
Demon Fang! Double
More for
Demon
the
Fang!
stockpile! Sealed! I'll be saving this...
I feel sprightlier than before.
There. An opponent like this should be easy. You picked the wrong fight. Try harder. Take this.
Lightning condemned! Sleep now!
In a bind!
Magic is there! Sleep now! I'll be saving this one! Magic is there! Divine Savior!
Here, let me help!
Rising up.
Dance in the wind! In here! I'll be...
Smash you!
Too fast.
Stand back.
Sealed!
I'll trip it up.
More for the stockpile!
Benediction
Magic is there! Cyclone!
You're on. Dragon stuff.
From beyond,
Rising Wyvern!
imbue this vanquished soul with love.
Sword Rain Alpha!
Imbue
Raining
this
Slash!
vanquished soul with
Glacial fire!
I still got some fight left in me.
Rising Wyvern! Rising
Tiger
Falcon!
blade!
I'm on it! Too slow!
Can you take it?
Eagle Thigh! Blow away! Whirling Snap!
This one's
Whirling! Hey! Blow them away! You're wide open!
It was a close thing.
What's this thing?
Let's see what you've got.
going in.
Now you see what I can do! Deity! Rotating pile driver! Eat this!
Going in.
Elusive deity!
Lightning condemned!
Tornado drive!
Sleep now.
Far enough.
I'll be saving this one. Sleep
Resonate
now.
with the earth.
Mirage! Dragon Swarm!
Another incantation
Magic
ruined.
command! Divine savior! Raging cascade!
Piercing roar.
Fire's attack! Forcing the
Severing Wind!
Time to
This
shine.
one's mine!
Fire's attack and courses
How
this
about
blade!
this?
Double Demon
Seal!
You'll find no mercy. Tempest.
I'll be saving this one!
Eternal Devastation!
In here!
It's go
Take
time!
this! Win! Do it! We did it! And more
Raging
of us are
cascade!
upward out.
Glacial fire.
How much longer will our healing arts last?
Little help!
Here I come! You picked the wrong fight!
Lightning
I'll
orb!
smash you!
Lightning
Take
condemned!
this!
Thunder
No
blade!
escape! Rising Wyvern!
Resonate with the earth.
You're mine!
Wind astral energy!
Demon Fang!
Going in.
Resonate with the earth.
Nothing
Here I
left.
go!
Lightning supernova!
Crush!
Raging cascade!
Demon Fang!
In here!
Resonate with the
Saving
earth.
this
It's
one.
over!
Take this.
Lightning orb!
Glacial
You're
fire.
mine! Crush! Slap!
Make it rain.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
My exploits are bearing fruit.
What's up?
Once we get to the mountain, the terrain won't be easy. We should rest up here before pressing on.
But what about Shion? She's waiting for us.
All the more reason to conserve our energy.
Huh?
It's not only the mountain. Hard though that may be, it's a pittance compared to what follows. Namely Volron. We wear ourselves out now, or worse still, get injured. We might as well show up gift-wrapped. Right, Kisara?
That's right. Besides, Alphen still hasn't fully recuperated yet.
I'm fine. Don't stop on my account.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, it's me who wants to take a rest for a while. Does that suit you better?
A little bit.
So, Alphen, 300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long and healthy life?
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegis, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia. Everything in between is a blank.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution, until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship for 300 years? But why? What would be the point?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renin like you say she is, she would have understood how to operate the starship better than yourself.
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me, I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all. Shion and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Shion is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you. Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you 1,000,000 times already, I wouldn't know.
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failures. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep, right?
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select few strong ones, so deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams. It's not completely out of the question.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know, but the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like that we're finally getting somewhere with all this.
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings has never been my strong suit.
So he finally admits it.
I really hope Shion's okay.
Alone. I'm all alone.
Let's go. We don't want to keep Shion waiting.
I always hear you muttering to yourself whenever we're in battle. So, just what are you saying?
Why do you want to know? Does it bother you or something?
Not really. It's just the way you talk is sometimes kind of creepy. So I was wondering if you vent your frustration through your magic. Are you yelling, "You stupid jerk," or something like that to pump yourself up?
What? No, that's not what's happening during my incantations. I'm just focused, so I match my tone to fit the mood of whatever I'm trying to invoke.
Invoke?
How do I put it? Basically, the elemental astral energy behind each art, I guess.
Astral energy? Hold on, are you saying you can talk to astral energy?
Not exactly. But if I put emotion into what I say, it's easier for me to properly cast my arts. That makes sense?
Kind of. Okay, so if you can talk to astral energy, then you can ask it to, like, predict the weather or find secret treasure?
Wait, you don't really think that, do you?
Or you can ask it to send down lightning to where there's bad guys lurking and...
May lightning condemn those who bear false! Thunderblade!
Ah, what are you doing? You almost fried me with that!
I just asked the astral energy to send down lightning where there were annoying boys.
I don't know what to do. Things can't go on like this.
What do you mean?
Ah! Oh, it's you, Rinwell.
You were talking about me, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. I've just been thinking about some things.
Really? How unusual.
Cut it out. I'm being serious here.
Sorry.
I was thinking about... You know how I used to work for Ganabelt back when I was in Cyslodia?
Yeah, of course. You were brought in after the Snake Eyes killed your friends, right? I mean, you had to.
Right. I used to have nightmares about it when I fell asleep. But lately that's been happening a lot less. I don't know how to feel about that.
That's a good thing, isn't it? You should be happy.
Yeah, but... I did a lot of terrible things back then. And I'm scared I'm starting to forget what I did.
Okay, so let me just get all of this straight. You think you'll forget everything if you stop having those nightmares? Why?
Because... You know me. I'm freaking stupid.
But it sure doesn't sound to me like you've forgotten.
Well, yeah, but still.
I don't think those nightmares going away means you've forgotten. Maybe it's a sign that you've come to terms with what you did.
Come to terms? You mean like Alphen with his past? You think that's what's happening?
Yeah, I do. You're pretty amazing, Law.
I am?
Yeah. Not all of us have figured out how to accept our pasts. Least of all, me.
Rinwell.
That's what we're going to climb?
The village...
Is it just me, or does Rinwell suddenly seem much more comfortable around Dohalim than she used to?
I noticed that too. When the two of them came and found me together back on the beach, I could hardly believe my eyes.
It's not like we had a choice or anything. Law and Kisara had to hang back to convince the villagers we meant them no harm. More than that, though. There are a lot of things I've still got to come to terms with regarding Almeidrea. But I guess I'm through making snap judgments based on someone's origin. At least, I'm trying to be. I guess you could say it's a work in progress.
I see. You hear that, Law? Sounds like all that hard effort wasn't for nothing.
Yeah.
That's got to be reassuring to hear. Right, Dohalim?
Not being subjected to unwarranted suspicion is certainly welcome.
Yeah, that long-winded way you have of talking, though, not so much a fan of that.
I think that's more of a personality thing than a Renin trait.
Really? In that case, I won't have to feel guilty getting annoyed by it. This will be a delicious piece of cake!
Take this!
Like moths to the flame.
Take this!
It's a duel of the arts!
Sonic Thrust! Eat dirt! Elusive deity! Pierce through! I'm ready! In an instant! Impact Block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
Mirage! Pierce through! Destruction!
This one's mine.
No escape! Slash! I'm ready! In an instant! Impact Block! This should make for some good weapon crafting material. Crap. This injury hurts more than I thought. Shion, sorry, but could you... Oh. Right.
Hold on to your arts. Here I come!
This one's
Now you
mine.
see what I can do!
You're mine! Time to let it rip! Take it!
Piercing Arna.
Elusive deity!
Swallow Blade!
Rotating
Rising Wyvern! This one's all mine! Stardust!
Leave him smelling to me.
Yeah! And the funnel it to me!
You picked the wrong fight!
In a bind?
No escape! I'm ready! Double me! In an instant! Impact Block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
Now!
Double me! In an instant! Impact Block!
With this, I can become even stronger.
Retreat if you know what's good for you! Now you see what I can do!
Get behind me.
A debut performance! Try harder!
Resonate with the
Take
earth!
this!
Stalagmite! Take this!
An astral art?
That's my cue.
Shut him down! It's on! Rising Wyvern! You're mine! Stretch! Mirage! You picked the wrong fight! Sonic Thrust!
Make it break.
Double me! In an instant! Impact Block! We work well together.
Finely timed waltz.
I'll face you!
Blade!
Elusive deity!
Rising Wyvern!
Rotating pile driver!
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare the Molotov.
Look sharp!
Lightning tiger blade!
Not a chance!
Catapult!
Here goes!
No further!
Sonic Thrust! Destruction!
I'm ready!
Look sharp!
Lightning tiger blade!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
I can carve through armor!
Going in.
Elusive deity!
Tiger Blade.
Pile driver!
Pierce through!
Slash!
Rising Wyvern.
Rotating pile driver!
You picked the wrong fight! It's almost too strong.
Make it rain!
In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
How's everything on your end?
Quiet.
What I can do.
Right after I silenced them.
Oh, Kisara, you're so dependable. Sleep now. Now!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! We can really make weapons with this?
Guess I misread the landing. You picked the wrong fight! Rising Wyvern!
Sleep
Come
now.
on!
They may look cute and stuff, but they're vicious.
Here I come!
Don't worry, I've got plenty to go around.
Rising Wyvern!
Tiger Blade!
Strike!
Look sharp! Resonate with the earth!
Strike!
Tiger Blade!
Swallow Blade! Pierce through! Demon Fang!
You all have to rest. Now!
Slash! You're mine!
Whoa! Hey, when it is
Sonic
right!
Thrust!
Lightning condensed!
Sonic Thrust! Pierce through! Rising Wyvern!
Can you take it?
Tiger Blade! No escape!
Sleep now.
Here I come! No escape! Demon Fang! Pierce through! Rising Wyvern! No escape!
Lightning orb!
Here
Let's
I
go!
come! I'm not done!
Now!
Rise over me! In an instant! Impact block! Together, there is nothing that can stop us.
Indeed. As one, we are unrivaled.
And that is our greatest strength.
This will be a delicious piece
You're
of cake!
mine! Come and face me!
Not on my watch!
Here I come! No escape!
Tiger Blade! Banana!
Swallow Blade!
Cheating can't get out of this!
Look sharp!
I'm ready!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Not
The enemy wields our too.
You'll soon see about that!
Now you see what I can do!
I'm ready! Follow me! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed
In here!
waltz.
Sonic Thrust! Demon Fang! Destruction! I'm ready! Follow me! In an instant! Impact block! My turn! Here I come!
Brilliant!
Stardust!
In here!
Eat dirt! I'm ready! Follow me! In an instant! Impact block! Not a chance! Strike!
Lightning orb!
Tear through! Be still! Take it! Tear!
Lightning
Demon
orb!
Fang!
Cheating pile driver! In
Shield!
here!
I'm ready! Destroy! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Everyone still in one piece?
Yep. I barely worked up a sweat.
I've never stood so close to a waterfall like this before.
I bet it...
This will be a delicious piece of cake.
You're mine!
Crazy storm!
Not done!
Denied! Let's go!
Elusive deity! It's showtime!
I shall ensure you survive this.
Stardust!
No armor can stop me!
Remind me to stay on your good side.
You picked the wrong fight!
Going in!
Try harder! Take this!
No further!
It's over!
Impressive. I didn't even get to have my turn.
History abounds with tales of lords' daring exploits.
Maybe you'll share something with me.
Here I come!
Leave the enemy's arcs to me.
You'll be placed here in an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
Tiger Blade!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
Right, here goes!
Not in your dreams.
Going in!
I can carve through armor!
Take this!
Going in!
Swallow blade! This one's all mine! Rising wyvern! Start up!
I'll back in their defenses!
Glad you have your
You're
uses.
mine! Eat dirt!
I'll show you how useful I can be!
No escape!
Leave the charges
Sonic
to me!
thrust! Demon fang! Sonic thrust! Crush! Slash! Rising wyvern! Rising falcon!
I think we can get through this.
Don't let up until it's over!
Who said anything about letting
Hold on
off?
to your arc. Here I come.
Rising wyvern!
Seal.
Take this!
Get
I'm
on
not
here with
done!
the others.
Start up! This one!
I'm ready!
Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade! Not chance!
Resonating with the earth!
Glacial fire!
You picked the wrong fight! Take this! Strike! Swallow blade!
Now.
Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade! I still got a ways to go!
Go no further.
Can't get out of this!
In here.
Going in!
This'll come in handy.
Strike! Slash! Sonic thrust!
One more time.
Swallow blade!
In here.
Here I
I'll
come!
be saving this one.
I'm not done!
This one's mine!
A banana. Let's go.
Benediction light.
Rising falcon!
Champagne.
Get through! Swallow blade!
I'm ready.
Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
Never have I been so popular.
Seal.
You're mine!
Look sharp. This'll come in handy.
Rising wyvern! Here I come! No escape!
Resonate with the
You're
earth!
on!
Nothing gets by! Everyone hanging in there?
Gotta break through! I'll take you all on!
Not in your dreams.
No escape! Slash! Rising wyvern!
Where that came from.
Sonic
Here
thrust!
goes.
Take this!
Shining supernova. Now.
One more! Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade! Now! Here I come!
Resonate with the
Here I
earth!
come!
Don't mind if I do.
Tiger! Their arcs were
Eat
interrupted!
dirt!
Now.
Slash!
Kisara! All yours, Kisara!
We did it!
Magnificently
Take
done.
You're mine! I'm not done!
Require a hand.
Rising wyvern!
Let's get you all tucked away.
You're ready! It's over!
All yours, Kisara!
My turn!
No
escape!
All
Swallow
right.
blade!
Hold on to your arm. Here I come.
Benediction light.
It's too much! It's over!
I'll
Here
face
I
you!
come!
Hey! Poodle's quivering. I think we're about to be real lucky. Look. Looks like some solid equipment.
This looks nice and tough.
How much farther?
I don't think we're even halfway there yet. Hang in there.
This will be a delicious piece of cake! Not on my watch! Here goes!
Sonic Thrust! Rising Wyvern! Rising Falcon! Strike!
Going in!
This one's all mine!
Raging Storm! A banana! Let's go!
Demon Fang! Come one, come all! Heal! Take this!
Thunder
Thrust! It's over! Demon Fang! Thrust! I have no limits! Rising Wyvern! Soda!
I can't hold on much longer!
Here I go!
Thunder Blade! Photon Flash! Raging Cascade! Going in! Thunder Blade! Get on here!
You're mine!
We managed to turn the tide!
For now. But things could shift at a moment's notice.
You're right. Better
Look sharp! Lightning Thunder Blade! Resonate with the earth! I'm not done!
going in!
Mirage! Sonic Thrust! I'm ready! Look sharp! Lightning Thunder Blade!
Good to know my training's paying off.
And what, pray tell, does this training of yours entail?
Why? Interested in joining me?
I always love the sound of hammers banging away.
What is this place?
Careful. We've got company.
Doesn't look like we're getting past without a fight.
Watch your feet. Fall from here and it's curtains.
We're just trying to get past. Get out of our way!
Save your breath while that thing seizes a talking meal.
So let's show it how wrong it is. Is it trying to stop us?
I'll face you.
One last go!
Aim for the weak spot. Lightning thrust! Rising fire!
Elusive deity.
Mirage!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
This one keeps... touching us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Your arms are being interrupted.
Lightning condemns! Thunderblade!
Rising fire! Hurricane thrust! Tear! Hurricane thrust!
Light astral energy! Photon!
Eat them!
Dance in the wind! In here!
Destruction!
Let's get you all tucked away! Ready!
Destruction!
With time!
I couldn't make it in time.
Its wings are lighting up!
It's getting ready to attack!
Dance in
Far
the wind!
enough!
Air thrust!
This one's mine.
Such tremendous power.
Don't face it head on. Going in.
Thunder field! Hold on to your heart! Here I come!
Benediction light. I'm gonna need more of that.
Cross shot. Going in.
Raging cascade!
Going in. Going in.
Let's get you all tucked away!
Going in.
Destruction! Eat dirt!
Elusive deity. Use its weak point to take it down.
All together, everyone.
Destruction!
Seal!
Seismic rupture. Anything in armor is all mine. Catapult.
Tiger blade!
Now you see what I can do.
It's showtime now!
Look sharp. Lightning tiger blade.
Look sharp.
Hydration orb!
Going in.
Destruction!
It's getting stronger!
Switching up its movements. Watch out!
This one's mine. So now you're getting serious?
In a bind.
Lightning orb! Up and at it!
Denied.
Let's go!
Try harder!
Air thrust!
Benediction light.
Dance in the wind!
Is this it?
Air thrust!
Forgive me. This is my fault.
Dance in the wind!
Heal.
I owe you one.
Here! I'll be saving this one!
Piercing roar.
I'll face it.
Water!
Shield and face. Anything armor is all feeling
mine.
so hot.
Take it easy. You'll hurt yourself.
Sorry. Didn't mean to make you worry.
Destruction!
Tiger blade.
Raging cascade!
Crush!
Close one!
Destruction!
Dance in the wind!
Power of light.
Now!
Air thrust! Light astral energy!
Swallow blade!
Look sharp. Crumble.
Swallow blade!
Wind
Sonic
astral
thrust!
energy!
Slash! Swallow blade! Eat dirt! You're mine!
Lightning condemned!
I'm knocked up! Swallow blade! Thanks!
Arts require
You'll
Their hearts
find
were
no
interrupted.
mercy.
Photon blast! Raging cascade!
How about this? Leave the charge
Elusive
here.
Rotating
Get over there with the other!
Can't get out of this.
I'm knocked up!
Lightning condemned!
Finish!
Come
I'll
over.
smash you.
Here, let me help.
Try harder! Now!
Dance in the wind!
Benediction
Air
light.
thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Benediction light.
Dance in the wind! In here!
Flaming meteor!
This'll come in handy. This one is almost in the bag.
Not done yet. It's just falling back.
Then it's time for you to do what you do best.
Anything in armor is all mine!
Wide open!
It won't
Much
escape
obliged.
me!
How about this?
Raging cascade!
Tell me about this! Now you see what I can do! Rotating
Dance in the wind!
Tornado drive!
Air thrust!
I'll grind you with a cup!
Lightning condense!
Elusive deity! Rotating fire!
Totally! In an instant!
Impact block! With fauna like that, I'm impressed so many people from Thistle made it through here alive.
Who's to say there weren't a whole lot more of them who didn't?
Well, at any rate, it should be a safer climb now that we've cleared the way a bit, right?
No. So long as people feel the need to face terrain this perilous, I'd say true safety's some way off.
You mean defeating Volron and putting an end to the crown contest, right? I guess that would be the best solution here, huh?
We've wasted enough time here already. Let's get going. Xion needs us.
How are we still not there yet? It feels like we've been climbing this mountain forever.
It helps if you try not to look up or down. All you need is silent determination. Talking too much will only waste energy and burn you out.
I'm too tired to look up or down, even if I wanted to.
Take care you don't fall, at least. Unless you want to make a Zoogel's day, that is.
Zoogles? Why would they care if I fell or not?
How would you feel if a 3-course meal fell right out of the sky at your feet?
Zoogle Chow.
Law? Best not to listen to him if you can help it. You'll only be encouraging him if you do.
Tell me that before I listen next time.
Still, Tohalim has a point. One wrong step and it's curtains.
Wouldn't it be great if we could all fly like Hootle? I bet even the refugees who didn't make it would have made it to Thistleum that way.
Until we magically sprout wings. Let's just watch where we're stepping instead, okay? Come on. Xion's waiting for us. Coming through! You picked the wrong fight! I'm not done!
Confiscated!
Swallow blade!
Water astral energy!
Demon peg! Rising wyvern!
Elusive deity!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed wall.
I'm not done! Swallow blade!
Tempest!
Rising wyvern!
Swallow
Stardust!
It's showtime!
Rising falcon!
Astral! Make it break! That's my
Totally!
fear!
In an instant! Impact block!
Is every shield you own that big?
Here, you want to try holding it?
Ugh. How do you even walk with this thing?
One simply needs to be bold and act with conviction in times such as these.
Did you know it was gonna be safe before you jumped? Because I sure didn't.
More or less. I figured there would likely be a basin here akin to most such waterfalls.
Don't just make people jump off cliffs on a hunch!
Are we ever gonna finish climbing this ladder?
We're climbing a considerable height. It's only natural that it will take some time.
That's not the problem here.
We are getting closer to the top, aren't we?
You've just got to keep your spirits up, Rinwell. Positive thinking is everything.
We finally reached the top.
My limbs feel like they're about to fall off.
Already? You kids need to train more.
She's right. We don't have time to catch our breath.
Go no further!
I'll smash you!
Not on my watch! Leave the enemy's arc to me!
Milk and place here! So you want me, do you?
Now!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
We managed to turn the tide!
For now. But things could shift at a moment's notice.
I'm ready!
You're right. Better
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
dance in the wind!
You're mine!
One more of this and I'll burn out.
Dance in the wind! In here!
Swallow Blade!
Let's get you all out of the way!
Swallow
Now!
Blade!
Blade!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Everyone still in one piece?
Yep. I barely worked up a sweat.
No choice.
Don't worry, I've got plenty to go
Don't
around.
mind if I do.
New melody! Swallow Blade!
Time to let it rip.
Slash! Swallow Blade!
Here goes!
Start
Where
up!
was that came from?
No further! In their defense!
Here's the glad you have your uses.
I'll show you how useful I can be! A new melody! Now I can let loose! Stardust! No! Can't get
The
here!
tide of battle has turned in our favor.
And let's keep pressing the attack.
Indeed, but remain ever vigilant.
Roll away! Whirlwind snap! First strike! Almost! Now I'm in the groove! Here goes! You're done! Blow away! Dance on the wind! All good things come to an end!
One at a time!
I'll wait for you! Come and get it!
You require a head.
Eat this!
Now!
I'll tear you apart! Whirlwind instinct shot! Tiger Blade! Fang Blast! Towering Sword!
Lightning on raging
Elusive Deity! I'm ready! Rinwell! Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang! Too slow! On guard! Strike! Tiger Blast! Tiger Blade! Eat this! Elusive Deity! Time to stop! I'll tear you apart! Begin! Fang Blast! I'll shatter you with the shot! Don't leave! Hey! Blow them away! Check out these biceps. Pretty glorious, right?
Why are guys so obsessed with their muscles?
Because these puppies have yet to let me down.
I sense a strange power from them.
We did it. We've reached the top of the mountain.
About damn time. My knees are singing symphonies over here.
Look, there it is.
That's it. That's Pelegion, the seat of Volron's power.
So that's where Shion's being held?
Most likely.
Most likely.
That is what I said, yes.
Pelagian's still our best lead. So that's where we go, right?
Any advice before we head in there?
No.
No?
In the ancient tongue, Ganeth Heros means Fortress of Naught, though I fail to see what insight that nugget of trivia holds.
I guess I just thought you might have something we could use.
Since Volron became Lord, the only thing this realm has been known for is its shroud of secrecy. It is Volron's stronghold. All else is incidental. Just keep in mind that you can't be too careful inside.
Speaking of which, just how are all of us planning to get inside exactly?
It's not like there are any secret passages.
We've come this far. If there's no other way in, I guess we'll just have to use the front gate. Volron told us to come find him, which means he's expecting us. Let's do this the old-fashioned way.
Land of water or no, this place has a most curious atmosphere.
I'd be taking a dip in it if the circumstances were better.
Sorry, but we have to push through for now. Shion is waiting.
Yeah, I hear ya. A soak can wait.
I sure hope nothing bad's happened to Shion.
Keep those thoughts to yourself, Rinwell. Everyone's anxious enough as it is.
Sorry. It's just... I can't seem to stop thinking about it. What do you think it is that Volron wanted with her anyway?
Going by what he said back on Almadria's ship, it would appear his primary target is Alphen. Though, it's likely he hasn't forgotten the blow he sustained at Shion's hand either. That might even be what ignited his interest.
Yeah, did you see the way he reacted? It was like he was enjoying every moment. Even his pain at Shion's thorns. Oh, that guy's just creepy.
Let's just hope he's keeping his perverted tendencies in check.
What? Law? Don't say things like that.
It's not like we weren't all thinking it.
That's still no reason to...
All right, you two. Now that's enough already. Alphen shouldn't have to grit his teeth while he listens to you.
Oh.
Sorry.
I swear I've seen that castle somewhere.
Hell yeah! There's no way.
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? You worried about what's going on with Menancia?
What makes you think that?
Well, you were speaking to Kisara earlier, weren't you?
It's rude to listen in on others, you know.
Sorry. I didn't hear what you two were actually talking about, though. I just figured it was Menancia since it was the two of you.
I am but a former lord who has abandoned his post. I'm no longer in a position to lead the realm in any capacity whatsoever. Yet Kisara still seeks out my opinions, knowing full well that is the case. This despite the fact I am no longer her master either.
Couldn't it be precisely because you're not her master anymore? It's natural for friends to want to hear each other's opinions.
I hadn't considered that possibility.
It's funny what you miss sometimes.
Hardly uncommon among artistic types such as myself. When lordships are decided based solely on one's astral energy, it can lead to funny results.
But even so, you still took your job as lord seriously, didn't you?
Certainly. I learned to perform my functions. However, I was less interested in ruling, so much as avoiding life and death decisions. Of course, such a mentality in the end led only to sickening pain and death taking place elsewhere out of sight. I pretended not to see or hear any of it, content to let our supposed peace and equality keep me blind and deaf to reality. I was a fool.
But you're making amends.
I would like to think so. The path ahead is dark, yet I still walk on. I merely pray that I shan't fall down any holes along the way. Do you mind watching our camp tonight? Shall we get moving?